overreacting, or was this guy trying to murder me? I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20! Maybe he was doing this. Maybe he was doing that. No! So there's red flags here, there's red flags there, there's red flags there! So hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Or welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Layla. Happy November! So we're gonna be kicking off things strong with one of my favorite subreddits, r/AmIOverreacting. This is a subreddit where people post a lot of text conversations, or like physical screenshots of a conversation with someone, and they ask if they were overreacting in the situation. And they usually provide us with some context as well. It's one of my favorite subreddits because a lot of these stories get pretty wild. So everyone, what I want you to do is to grab your snacks, grab your drinks, get all comfy cozy, and let's just dive right in with the first post. Am I overreacting? Am I missing something here? Is saying condolences a bad thing? I'm having a housewarming party tomorrow as I just moved into a new place, and I've invited most of my close friends and family. One of my friend, in the screenshot, messaged me saying his grandma unfortunately passed away. She's been in the hospital for the past week, so I was aware of her condition. But this has just left me shocked and baffled. All I said was condolences, and I'm not sure why this flipped a switch. Pretty sure he has blocked my number as calls and messages are not going through. What's up, bro? Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to your housewarming party. My grandma just passed away. I'm gonna make a trip to blank tomorrow. I'm really sorry to hear that. My condolences are with you and the whole fam. Let me know if you need to talk. I'm here anytime. Condolences? Did you really just say condolences to my family? Have you lost your damn mind? Get the hell out and don't ever message me. Huh? I think someone doesn't know the difference between congratulations and condolences. Oh yeah, they're completely misunderstanding the word. And now for a joke. I'm sorry, and I apologize mean the same thing. Except when you're at a funeral. Dimitri Martin. Yeah, you're gonna need to explain what condolences means to homie. My deepest Toyota Corollences. My deepest PS5 Controlences. You people are so quirky. Yeah, I think this is a case of someone misunderstanding what a word means. I think we've all been there. Not me, because I'm literally perfect, but you guys probably have. Huh? I also think it's kind of funny that this guy just automatically assumes the absolute worst. Like, even if you thought someone said congratulations, I would assume that, let's say I misunderstood the word, I would assume that they either had autocorrect or they got the word wrong. I would not assume that they're congratulating me on someone passing if I didn't know what the word meant. But that's just me. So that was a perfect example of the subreddit. So anyways, on to the next one. Am I overreacting by being offended at this girl possibly suggesting I'm a You believe this? For backstory, I have 2 kids. My youngest is 8 and my biological child with my ex. My oldest is 15. And my ex had him already when we got together. But I'm the only father figure he has ever had in his life. I've talked to this girl on and off several times for a few years. We have matched on a few dating sites, and we were talking about my custody agreement and how it affected holidays, and she drops the line about my ex being worried I'm a pedo? Is it court-ordered? Yes, we have an actual custody agreement. Oh wow. Does that include the child that isn't biologically yours? Yes, he isn't on the court order, but I still get him every weekend and holiday. Oh, okay. Does he see his biological dad? Nope, never has. Well, once when he was 2 weeks old, but that's ixed, IV. I'm the only dad in his life. Wow. What? Blank trusts you that you aren't a pedophile? What? He's 15. I've raised him since he was 2. Where did that even come from? What do you mean, where did that come from? I don't understand why you would even say they. Well, isn't it a legit real fear for single mothers? I mean, yeah, I'm sure it is, but it's been 13 years since I got introduced to him, and we lived together for 10 years, so I don't see the point of bringing that up in the current conversation. When you were living together, it was relevant. If you're alone with children, I think it would be relevant. It was just a question. Both children are lucky to have you in their life. Well done for blocking her. Thank you, but I'm more lucky they are in my life. That's freaking weird to begin with, but even more odd, she keeps pushing it even after you reply. Block her. She is a weirdo. That was really out of nowhere. It wasn't a hint, it just happened. I'd overreact if someone just assumed I was a pedo for no reason. Not overreacting. LMAO, right? Like we were having a normal convo, then just that out of nowhere. If your ex was worried about you being a pedo, then having a biological kid with you would have been a really wild choice, LMAO. Yeah, so this is a crazy concept we like to call an inside thought. Like, that is genuinely such an odd thing to ask someone. Like, you know, sometimes we have, and I'm not using this wrong, intrusive thoughts that pop into our head, and we're like, we should voice these. Oftentimes, you should not, because why are they called intrusive thoughts? Because they're unwanted. And chances are, someone doesn't want to be asked a question like that. You know, I don't know this person's intentions. It's genuinely a very weird thing to think, and furthermore, to ask, and then to keep pushing. I think it would make pretty much anyone normal being asked that really uncomfortable, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. I think that is a completely abnormal thing to ask someone. I think it's clear it made the OP pretty uncomfortable. Hello? So I would say not overreacting, totally inappropriate conversation, totally weird, low-key a disgusting question to ask someone. Yeah, so not overreacting. That's just my take on it. What you can do is subscribe and let me know what you think. On to the next one. Am I overreacting? I bought a sweater for my future niece at a farmer's market and my roommate said it was ugly. My sister-in-law is pregnant, and I found the sweater for the baby girl at a Mexican farmer's market today. Baby is half Mexican, half Islander. I brought it home and excitedly showed it to my roommates, and they called it ugly. Well, F your roommates. I told them they were mean, and have been keeping to myself for the night. They have me doubting if I should give it to my sister-in-law. Do they make this in adult size? Cause I would wear the frick out of that. Look at that little guy on the back. Look at them. They're adorable. Makeup on fleek. Look at the little flowers, the little, what is that, a cactus? Look at the little sun in the corner. I would legitimately wear something like that as an adult. If you can't wear ugly clothes as a kid, then when can you? NTA at all. This is so cute. You know what? Thank you. Majority of people are saying it's cute, but some people are a-holes. Children deserve to wear fun things. All people deserve to wear fun things. The ones crapping on it are the cowards. Bruh. As a child, I would want it because it's bright and has animals. Wanna know a secret? Kids, babies, toddlers, and newborns don't care about if something is ugly. They would walk around with different shoes, socks, pants, and shirt, and a top as bottoms and be happy. They would like it because it's bright, texture is soft, and animals on it. And hell, I'm an adult and I would wear that now. I was about to say that kids, you know, they're really not gonna be like, wait, you bought this for me? Especially, a newborn. I think so many people are just too adulty in their thinking. And let's say that an adult wanted to wear this, you know, maybe a 24-year-old adult in the middle of filming a video right now. So what? Let people wear what they want to wear. I think it's adorable. It's for a newborn. The newborn ain't gonna care. I'm looking for a piece of gum. My bad. Do I think they're just being judgmental and mean and rude? You know, if a roommate of mine came in all excited about something they bought, I wouldn't be like, that's ugly. And they're also not thinking in terms of a child wearing it. A newborn. Or maybe older. I don't know. Kids wouldn't care. Anyways, on to the next one. Am I overreacting? I literally cannot attend. Using a throwaway because she knows my account. So it's my 24 female best friend's 25th birthday on Saturday. My eye is spasming. We had planned to go out for dinner and drinks with some of our friends. I have lupus and I've been getting chemo for the last couple of months to try and treat it. She's well aware of this and even came with me to my last session, although she spent most of the time texting her boyfriend. Supportive friends, gotta love them. I ordered her this cake from the super cute little bakery in our town and was gonna bring it with me to the restaurant for her. I was supposed to have my chemo session next Monday, but they had to reschedule it for Saturday. This is how she reacted when I told her I wouldn't be able to come to her birthday. Am I overreacting, or is this a crazy way to react? She's still getting her cake, and I was gonna get our mutual friend to give her the gifts I bought her, but no? I'm not sure. Hey, just wanted to check. You're still good for my birthday this Saturday? Also, just making sure that the cake's coming along fine. I know it's not unfounded for blank to mess up an order, so it won't be on you. Hey, I was gonna text you later today, actually. I had a call from the hospital this morning, and they've rescheduled my chemo for Saturday morning, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. Blank said she's fine picking up the cake for you, though, so there should be no problems there. Oh, right, okay. No worries. You said it's in the morning, right? What time is your appointment exactly? Because the reservation isn't until like 8 p.m., so I think you'll be fine, no? I'm fine with Blank bringing it, I understand that part, but I don't see how you wouldn't be able to come. Yeah, my appointment is at 10, but I don't know exactly how long I'll be at the hospital for. And even if I am home in time, I'll always be super wiped afterwards. I'll probably just spend the rest of the day in bed. In bed? Alright. Yeah? What do you mean, LOL? Well, isn't that a little selfish? I'm not trying to trivialize your situation, but it's like a 10-minute procedure. I'm sure the time between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. will be enough to recover. Plus, being out and eating food should be sure to get your energy back up anyways. I feel like you're just using something you know you can hold over me to get out of doing something that is important to me. I only turned 25 once. What? It's not 10 minutes. I'm usually in there for at least 3 hours. You know that because you came with me last time. I'm not trying to hold anything over you. I'm just saying I'll be super sick and not up for coming out. I probably wouldn't be able to eat dinner anyway. Well, for starters, it was a little over 2 hours. Plus, what do you think the vibe is gonna be when people ask where you're at and I have to say you're recovering from chemo? I genuinely think you were holding it over me, and I'm not gonna let the taboo-ness of the situation stop me from calling you out. What? What do you think the vibe is gonna be like if everyone is trying to have a good time at dinner and I'm in the bathroom throwing up all night? I really didn't think you were like this. This is crazy. I'll send Blank the details of the bakery to pick up your cake, but I'm definitely staying home now. As if you were ever gonna come! Why would I spend my money on a cake for your birthday if I wasn't gonna come? This is ridiculous, LOL. We've been friends for over 10 years and this is how you're treating me. Thumbs up. I'm surprised you're even calling her your friend in this post. She is an ugly person. 10-year friendship. I bet OP has a lot of stories like this one, if less extreme. She's not a friend. If she was your friend, she would never ask you to attend something as silly as her birthday when you were having chemo in the morning. So selfish and childish behavior. Wow. No words for her. On the one hand, I hope your chemo goes smoothly, and I hope you're not feeling too rough afterwards. Rest up. Hope you're okay. Yeah, see, that's how the friend should have responded, but that's not what they did. Speaking as a person who is chronically ill, obviously I'm not going through anything like that. A lot of people don't understand how, like, medicines and procedures and things you have to go through will genuinely make you feel like garbage after doing it. Chemo, to my knowledge, makes you feel pretty awful afterwards, and lupus just in and of itself is a very unfun autoimmune condition to be dealing with. I don't have lupus, I've never gone through chemo, but I don't have to go through those things to know how awful they are and how awful they make you feel. 3 hours of getting chemo, that's a lot of time. And then the recovery time, and then not feeling well, should the chemo make you feel not good, and then now you have to deal with your friend just being a total jerk. I don't get friends like this. To assume that someone is trying to just get out of your birthday dinner because they didn't want to come in the first place is really stupid. And obviously, you know, with the cake, it shows that the original poster had some forethought for the birthday, like this had been planned out and then things changed. I don't understand people who are this, how do I say this, uneducated about how chronic illness works, about how medicines can make you feel. And furthermore, I can't imagine having so little empathy for someone I have known for 10 years and treating them like this. It's just really revealing. It's someone showing their true colors, and it's shocking to see, frankly, but this is on average how a lot of people treat those going through chronic health issues, and it's really sad to see. People just don't understand it, they forget how it works because they haven't seen it in a little bit of time, or they just think you're lying and you can just push through. When in reality, just pushing through and just dealing with it usually ends up making you feel even worse than if you had just not done the thing in the first place. So this friend, not a good friend. Not a good friend, a little snaky, hissy. That's just my take on it as a chronically ill person, and I'm sure other people may agree with me. I just think it's shocking for someone to speak to you like that. Anyways, on to the next one. Am I overreacting with how I broke up with my cheating ex? So, long story short, my ex cheated on me. I decided to break up with him. I'll share screenshots of how I did it, but now I'm wondering if I went too far. The weird part is how I felt. The second I found out, it was like a switch flipped. I just lost all feelings instantly. No crying, no begging, not even real anger, just nothing. Since then, I have only had a couple of random moments where I felt a bit sad, but overall I feel indifferent, almost dystopian, like my emotions just shut down. This is why I'm questioning myself. Was I ever in love with him? Or is it normal for betrayal to make you go emotionally numb? So did I overreact in how I handled it? Or is this a pretty normal reaction? Let's read these texts. Right. What? What the frick? What the actual frick? Bro, what the frick? Huh? I'm breaking up. Because? What did I do? Where is this coming from? I'm so confused. What the actual frick? Ah, cool. Yay, Mish is coming back. So how about 7 p.m. on Thursday next week at Benares? I dress up, you dress up, I bring flowers, you just bring your pretty smile. We'll talk about the political, economic state of the world right now. If you know, you know. And then we go for dessert with the most amazing view under the not as pretty as you stars. Finally, we will go to fair game where, to round the perfect date off, I'll let you win. Cry. What is this? Oh, sweetie, your Hinge message, darling. Can we talk about it? Why, honey? What is there to talk about? Okay, go on. Print. Talk. There's no excuse. I'm telling you what happened. And it's the same thing as last time. I felt like you had given up. You kept responding like that, and I don't know what was going on, and kept asking you, and just to talk to someone I went on it. I don't even have any intention of going. I was actually going to propose to you again on our anniversary dinner because I wanted things to start to get better between us because this is what it felt like. I felt like I was losing you. Aw, sweet. Are we clear now? No emails, no messages. We are done. But I love you. I was feeling neglected and to get some validation. That's why I did it. Oh my gosh. Oh, how sweet. You love me so much. I think I don't deserve this much love. You deserve someone better. Please, for real, I can't live without you. Please, I've been trying to fix things with us. You suddenly switched up ever since I went to Portugal. Things were going well between us. Please. Aw, didn't know every time we had a fight you'd go out and cheat and fail that as well. Bro tried to cheat and failed. No, for real. What did I do that made you upset? Because this happened after all that. Aw, classic manipulation technique where you try to blame the other person. Bro, you know I read right. Sweetheart, you were trying to make a fool out of the wrong girl. You switched up on day one. Please, can you tell me what happened? Okay, are we clear for real? No blank messages, emails, and stuff. I would change my email, but I can't. I won't contact you again, but I'm not blocking you. I love you. Can you tell me? I don't care, I am different. Okay, bye. Can you tell me? Bro, for real, please. Is there anything I can do to explain things to you? I'm begging you! Oh, put your loving hand out, baby, I'm begging! Victim card. I hope you find someone to make you truly happy because you deserve that. I'm sorry it wasn't me. We could have been happy together. I really wish you the best. I still only care about your happiness and your happiness alone. I'm sorry for all the things I've done and said to you. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. I wish you all the best. I love you and will forever. Take care. I am not giving up hope still. There's a decision tree out here where we end up together. I know. Best of luck. Ew! We could have been happy together. Ew! Never! Ew! Okay, bye. I'm not blocking you. So if you ever need anything, let me know. He didn't simply download an app because he was lonely. He fully planned out a date with someone online. I call BS that he wasn't actually going to go through with it. You're not overreacting at all. I love every single response you gave him and honestly proud of you for not giving in. Good riddance. He was just recreating the exact date he had with me, which is psychotic in itself. By the way, I taught Bro about restaurants, food, clothing, etc. There are thousands of internet strangers proud of you because you stayed strong. The moment you give someone like this a crumb and hear them out, you reopen the door to let manipulation start happening all over again. You feel relief because I'm sure deep down, things didn't feel right, but you may have needed a push to confirm it. Be free. Don't look back and take comfort in knowing you saved your future self a lot of hurt down the line. Thank you honestly. There have been a few moments of doubt and questioning myself, but I'm glad I posted it here. So first of all, reading the message he sent the individual on Hinge was probably the cringiest message. Was probably the cringiest message I have read in a long time, and I've read a lot of cringy stuff as of late. That was genuinely hard for me to get through. But that aside, the attempt at manipulation and trying to save the situation, like, bro, just give it up. I think we should give OP a round of applause for sticking to their guns, for not hearing this guy out, you know, just being apathetic, probably acting the best way that they could in this situation. Let's give them a grand old round of applause for that. because that is the ideal way to deal with someone like this. Bro is bad at manipulation, first of all, and people like this, you know, I am so against cheating. I say this in every video, it feels like, but the second cheating is brought up, any empathy for the other person is just gone. He willingly made a choice to go out and cheat. There is no accidental cheating. There is no situation where you like, I didn't mean to. And whether or not you were gonna act on it, you already set things in motion, which shows a lack of loyalty. You know, sometimes you go a little numb when you find out how horrible someone actually is, and then feelings kind of catch up with you later. But honestly, if you know you're not with the right person deep down, that relief of being like, I don't have to deal with them anymore, feels so good. I'm free! Yeah, it sucks that you wasted time on this person and energy, but it just shows you what kind of person you are, that you're able to invest that into people. Imagine investing that into the right person. Good job, OP. I'm proud of you. Anyways, on to the next one. And frick and all you cheaters. Frick. Am I overreacting? One date. One. This was 2 days after we met. We went on a date. It was fun. Enjoyed it. This was 2 days after. I said I was with friends. He lost it. Lost it. I also have 5 voicemails from this person. Yes, he is a male. I'm overwhelmed and he doesn't understand why this is too much. So his name is Madison. We're not gonna mock that. But maybe it's a last name. Maybe it's a family name. We're not gonna mock that. That's lame. But I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20! I work in a place that deals with emergencies, and they don't even call me that many times when something happens. Exactly. Me and you both. People die and I don't receive this amount of calls. In the list there are FaceTime calls without even asking if you are available. So intrusive. No one should call you back to back like that. This is obsessive and psychotic behavior coming from someone who dated a guy who'd call obsessively and turned out to be a huge bully. Block him and make sure he has no way to find out nor contact you. Listen, Madison, maybe I had a grand old time with the original poster. I don't know what your deal is, but this is obsessive behavior and you're never gonna win someone over by acting like this. The thing is, if this is someone you're really close with, or someone you know really well, I could maybe be like, maybe understanding of this, but someone you barely know, who you've gone on, how many? You went on 1 date 2 days after you met? For someone to be this obsessive this early is genuinely insane and such a glaring red flag. If you've ever dealt with someone who's that obsessive, you know how unsafe you feel. And it's not the type of thing you want to deal with in the long term. So your best bet is to just block this person, move on, and hope that they never try to contact you again. Because this shows a level of red flagginess. There's red flags here, there's red flags there, there's red flags there! This is absolutely the type of person you block. Immediately. Anyways, on to the next one. I'm a judge with my gavel. Am I overreacting, or was this guy trying to murder me? We went on 1 2-hour date 6 months ago and started texting again for the past week, talking about having another date. He lives 2 hours away. After I told him I was scared and to leave, he came and was pounding on the front door and shouting my name until my dad went out and scared him off. This just happened, and I'm all shook up. Let's see these texts. I'm not excited about this one. Honey, put your shoes on. Why? Just trust me. Tell me when they are on. No, I'm all suspicious now. I want you to do something for me. What? Are they on? Maybe. Put them on, babe. Okay, they're on. Now, go for a little walk out front and look up at the sky. I can't. My neighbor won't talk to me. Back? Has to be front. You can't see it at the back angle. How do you know where my house is facing? I dropped you off, remember? It's not worth it. I promise. Do you remember where I live? I'm looking through the front window. Yeah, of course. All I had was kombucha that night. Babe, you can't see from inside. I didn't think you'd remember a random house. The sun? Are you outside? You'll know when you see it. I can see the sunset. Please go outside. It's better than just the sunset. Through the blinds where the neighbors can't strike up a conversation. No. Stunning. You have to trust me. I won't. It's worth it. It's beautiful like you. I wish we could view it together. But go outside. No. You have to look towards the shopping center direction. Is it a proposal in the sky? It's something. Trust me. Are you stalking me? Good, I promise. Are you trying to kidnap me? It's a good idea, actually, but not today. Sure is starting to feel like I'm going to be pushed inside a van. Babe, hurry! Tell me what you're talking about, LOL. If you don't, it's coming to you. That's legit scary. Sweetie, it's all good. Okay, I'll tell you. Don't be mad. I drove up to see you. I hope you're joking. I'm at the shopping center. Come over and see me. You're joking. I'm serious. I wanted to see you and give you a hug. Why not ask me? Because you always say no. But I think you need a hug. If you thought I'd say no, why trick me into coming out? I wanted to surprise you. You knew I wouldn't like it though. Please don't come over here. You would once you see me. Come over, please. Please stop. I'm kind of scared. I'm coming to knock on the door then and say hi. I'm telling you no. Go away. Do not come here. I am serious. Leave or I'll call the police. Please say hi. Sweetie, never contact me again. I'm calling the cops. I got chills reading this OP. Always listen to your gut. Please report this. Call the non-emergency line. Start the documentation. I'm not super familiar with US law, but ask about a peace bond / restraining order, etc. Not to scare you, but please take extra precautions. This dude violated your boundaries. He knew you didn't want him to come visit, so he didn't ask, and when you explicitly told him you didn't want to see him, he still knocked on your door. This is stalker behavior and could escalate. Do not engage anymore. At all. You don't block him, and sure he can't see if you have read the messages, and do not ever reply, not even to tell him to frick off. Keep records. Please be safe. Overreacting. This is ick. The pet names after one date is enough to give me the creeps. He's the only one saying babe, sweetie, honey, and then adding on the fact that he knows where you live and the direction the house faces makes me think he's been in the area and driven past your house in the intervening time. For real. Reading all that and then seeing one date, run. Yeah, you're underreacting. I think I would be terrified if someone texted me like that and then showed up at the door knocking. So nothing about that is normal behavior. Nothing about that says safe situation to me. I don't know if there was ever an update. I need to check. You went on one date 6 months ago, and because you started texting, there's been no update on this. They have been commenting over the past few months though, so they are alive. I think in this case you're underreacting. The thing is, I would rather overreact and be like, hey, something's weird about this situation, and I'm not gonna play into that. So you made it pretty known and apparent that he's scaring you, and that you didn't want to see him, and that he should have asked, and then he shows up anyway and starts knocking on your door. Like, this is classic creep behavior. There's nothing about the situation where I'm like, well, you know, maybe he was doing this, maybe he was doing that. No, it's just time to block him, get a restraining order, and make sure your dad is on the property, cause yikes. I hope you called the cops, I hope you let them know, and I hope you have taken the correct measures to protect yourself, because nothing about this makes me feel good. Like, I got a weird feeling in my stomach just imagining someone doing something like that to me. It's weirdly obsessive, it's creepy, and it is true, pointed out by the other commenters, that someone knowing the layout of things that well means that they pretty much have been in that area before, more than they have revealed to you. So yeah, you're underreacting, babe. Get that restraining order. Anyways, on to the next one. So we have now reached that time of the night where we read one last crazy one and call it there. So everyone, settle in, get comfy, and let's just dive right in with our final post. Am I overreacting over this small prank? Reposting this with pictures because it got buried and I could really use advice right now. Firstly, I apologize for the long post. There's a lot of context, and I can't condense it more than I have. I, female 22, have been with my boyfriend, male 25, for a little over a year and a half. Recently, we've been running into hurdles because I've been feeling like he's been bothering, /teasing, /poking, /biting me, more than being a serious, loving partner to me. For context, I mean making weird noises all the time, referencing Italian brain rot, or groping me randomly, even if I'm in the middle of a sentence, and talking about something serious, etc. When I would prefer active listening, loving touch, unironic quality time. We had a huge conversation about this recently, as I was on the brink of ending things with him since the lack of warmth relative to his unseriousness was making me feel empty. Since then, there has been a genuine effort and big improvement, and I was starting to feel very hopeful that this was something we could work through. Fast forward a little, I am starting a new job as an educator, and while I'm very excited about it, is also a huge adjustment and has been really stressful. On top of that, for the past 6 days, I have been hearing this bizarre beeping noise coming from my closet that chirps once every 20 to 40 minutes, driving me nuts. I couldn't figure out what it was. It was keeping me up and infiltrating my dreams. It started to freak me out since nothing I own makes that sound. Nothing in the closet even had a battery in it. And for my overall stress and lack of good sleep, I was starting to grow paranoid that someone had planted a device in my room. To add to this, I am extremely private, and the only people who are regularly in my room are myself and my boyfriend when he visits. This led to me fearing that my boyfriend was secretly stalking me and had planted a mic or something in my room that was starting to make noise. I had zero reason to believe this and had 100% trust in him, but was starting to go crazy. It even happened while talking with my therapist, and when I explained the mystery of its origins, she seemed equally concerned. Your therapist is concerned, and you know. To make matters worse, the fridge at work is broken and beeps 9 times every minute, so it started to feel like the chirping was following me, compounding my general distress. Last night, after a stressful day and finding out some unrelated, unsettling news that is enough to emotionally affect me on its own, my sister heard the noise as well, and we decided to tear my closet apart at 10 p.m. when I had to wake up at 6 to figure out what has been plaguing me. After timing the beeps for an hour, it beeped in irregular intervals. We found this tiny rder board deep in one of my boxes labeled annoying PCB as pictured. Google it. Its literal sole purpose is to drive its victims insane. I was immediately horrified, quite literally shaking and crying as my wildest nightmare of someone planting a device in my room had literally come true. My immediate thought was, who would do something like this / what did I do to deserve this? Don't blame yourself, baby girl. I called my boyfriend immediately, and he admitted he knew what it was. I hung up and haven't spoken to him since. The reason I'm not sure if I'm overreacting is because on the one hand, I understand how this might be funny. But to me, that doesn't matter, given A, the fact that I had been feeling like he hasn't been generally serious with me to a problematic extent, B, the fact that this has been plaguing me and disrupting my sleep literally the first week of my new job, and C, I have been complaining about it to him for days, and he played along being confused and concerned, repeatedly asking me, what does it sound like? What a douche! And even dismissing my genuine concern / paranoia, saying, maybe there's a little cricket in your room. I just feel like this is on par with glitter bombing, like something you do to someone you hate, not the supposed love of your life. Feels like psychological warfare, and between stretching this out for days and planting it in my room, this feels like a massive breach of trust. I haven't spoken to him at all, and he's been texting me saying things like, it was just a prank, and beep beep, beep beep, and I miss you, and please don't ignore me. I'm so against stonewalling, but I have literally nothing to say to him, and he hasn't apologized or shown any remorse. I don't feel ready to speak to him at all. Maybe it was a good prank with bad timing, but I can't help but feel like this is just setting us back again, and I am genuinely shaken. I honestly don't see a future at this point, and I'm not really sure what to do. If you've read this far, thank you for listening. I appreciate any advice or kindness. Let me give you advice as someone who's been on the receiving end of this. Someone who has your safety, mental health, and trust in one hand, and the ability to entertain themselves at the expense of another human being in the other, and they choose the second one, they are letting you know where you stand in their life. You were clearly suffering from this for multiple reasons, and he kept going. It was entertaining to him to watch you be scared and confused. The fact that he's sending you beeping messages and kicking a circle in the dirt going, shall we, while taking no accountability speaks volumes. He's not worth being with anymore. You deserve better than a partner who will torture you for their entertainment. And he texted her beep beep beep. He's still entertained. Not overreacting. I hate how everyone on the internet calls everything gaslighting these days when it's just someone lying or disagreeing with them. But this is one of the rare cases in which what he did is actual gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or group tries to make someone question their own reality, memory, or perceptions, ultimately leading to confusion, anxiety, and a loss of confidence. This man wasn't playing a joke on you. He was deliberately trying to make you question reality. And now he's texting you beep beep? That's sick! He's sick! I'm of the opinion that there is a level to pranks that go from kind of entertaining, silly, funny, into just straight up cruelty. This is the type of thing that would drive anyone insane. And if you've ever been in a relationship with someone who's really, just unserious about everything, it does become really annoying. My chair's really squeaky because it feels like you can have zero adult conversations with this person. And not even just a relationship, like a friendship where you can't be an adult around someone, or you can't have more serious conversations with them, or you can't have moments with them that aren't kind of embedded in something childish and weird. It's probably one of the most frustrating types of relationships you can be in. And looking at this little device, something that is designed to prank someone, first of all, a device that is made to not only prank someone, but low-key torture them if they are unable to locate it, I think is very indicative of someone who is very childish and immature and not someone you want to be with. I know that's kind of like the standard advice for Reddit is just break up with them. But in this case, I think this guy has proven how little he actually cares. Because you had a conversation about being more serious, and about being less silly, everything is a joke. And then, after admitting that he had been pranking her this whole time, he then kind of mocks her and adds fuel to the fire by being like, beep beep. So this is the type of person who I don't think you'd want to be with, because it's just overly obnoxious. It's enough to give anyone the ick. And people who are into pranks like these, it just feels like they have a really deep mean streak. It feels really disrespectful and rude as well. I completely understand her reasoning. I think I would go insane if someone did something like that to me. From the first moment I would hear something beeping like that, I would go and find it. I would stay up all night. I would literally dig through the 20 layers of dirt just to find what the source of the thing is. How she lived with that at all, I don't know. And the fact that he just kind of went along with it and played into it makes me feel like he didn't feel any remorse at all. So someone like that, wouldn't want to be with. You're not overreacting. So yeah, that was our final one for the night. And it's a good thing too, because my stomach really hurts now. Why? I don't know. I hope you all enjoyed. Now, if you want to go look through the original post yourself and check them out and read through the comments, they will all be linked down below in the comment section and in the description. And if you're you're pretty hot and sexy and I want to hang out more, I have great news for you. Down below, I will link to my other Reddit stories playlist if you want to go and check that out and hang out with me a little bit more. So thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you all here next time.